I'd just like to read something from the Bible. In New Zealand, there is this question, is this true? Is this Bible true? So I'd like to just read something and then I'll try and answer that question a little bit. I'd like to read from Isaiah 53, and it's speaking about Jesus. So Isaiah 53, and I'm not going to read the whole chapter. The whole chapter is very amazing, but I'll just read a little bit from Isaiah chapter 53. This is written hundreds of years before Jesus arrives on the scene. But Jesus is spoken about here in an amazing way. So it's Isaiah 53 and verse 3. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain, like one from whom people hide their faces. He was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all like sheep have gone astray. Each one has turned to their own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. Now, one of the things which tells me that this Bible is true is that there are prophecies in the Bible, future events are spoken of in lots of different ways. Future events are spoken of. For example, that the Jewish people would be scattered all over the world from Israel, but they would return. And so in 1948, they did return. What we've just read there is a prophecy about Jesus, about his life, that he would be pierced, that he would be crushed, and he would be wounded. And all of those things happened. And it says, like a lamb to the slaughter, as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. We remember Jesus when he was standing in front of Pilate, and Pilate was trying to ask him questions. He did not open his mouth. So this is written hundreds of years before Jesus came, before Jesus walked on the earth. This was written about him, and it's written in very clear language that this was to happen. And so this is one of the things that's very amazing about the Bible is that somehow when Isaiah wrote this, God showed him what was to happen, that this person was to come, this man was to come, and he was to die for us. It was for us. It says the punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Surely he took our pain and bore our suffering. So it has tremendous meaning with it, that it affects us, that Jesus died for us, that Jesus didn't die for himself, that he died for us. And when he came to this earth, he would have read this. He would have read this, and he would know what's going to happen. And he was crucified for us. So people sometimes wonder about the love of God. Is it true? How has God showed his love? And it says God has showed his love for us, and that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And I know we all go through challenging situations, but I remember God showed his love for me. Christ died for me. He sent Christ to die for us.